បាទក៏សូមជម្រាបសួរដល់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទហើយជាពិសេសគឺបងប្អូនក្រុមយុវជនយុវតីទាំងអស់បាទដែលខ្ញុំបានជម្រាបជូននៅក្នុងគោលបំណងនៃការបង្កើតវីដេអូរបស់ខ្ញុំស្រាប់តែម្ដងគឺខ្ញុំបង្កើតវីដេអូមួយចំនួនពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការ sharing experience បាទចែករំលែកនៅបទពិសោធន៍មួយចំនួនពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការ apply អាហារូបករណ៍ទៅប្រទេសចិនផ្ទាល់តែម្ដងបាទហើយសម្រាប់វីដេអូនេះផងដែរគឺខ្ញុំចង់ចែករំលែកនៅវីដេអូមួយដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងការធ្វើសម្ភាសន៍ដល់បេក្ខជនមួយរូបដែលបាទហើយយើងអាចនិយាយថាបេក្ខជនមួយរូបនេះគឺជាបេក្ខជនដែលមាន high potential មែនទែនដែលគាត់មានសមត្ថភាពក្នុងការឆ្លើយនៅសំណួររបស់គណៈកម្មការរបស់យើងបាទអញ្ចឹងក៏ចង់បញ្ជាក់ផងដែរថាតើនៅក្នុងកិច្ចសម្ភាសន៍របស់យើងនោះមានសំណួរអ្វីខ្លះនោះគឺក៏សូមគោរពស្នើសុំដល់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាក៏ដូចជាក្រុមយុវជនយុវតីទាំងអស់គ្នាចូលទៅស្ដាប់ទាំងអស់គ្នាតើថាគណៈកម្មការរបស់យើងបានសួរអីខ្លះហើយលក្ខខណ្ឌអ្វីដែលយើងបានផ្ដល់បន្ទុកឲ្យគាត់រហូតដល់គាត់បានជាប់ជាជីលភីទៅបន្តដល់វគ្គ application online បាទអញ្ចឹងសូមរួមតាមដានទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
I would like to say thank you for your time all down here and this is my honor to be with you here and direct speak with you and this is my great honor. And my name is Niang Songlei. Honestly, I was born at Present Province, but my parents moved to live in Phnom Penh since I was a child. So I start my school at the Scholaship, which is the primary school, and high school at Visayas High School, and continue to the university at Phnom Penh International University in major business administration. So during my study at school, I was an outstanding student, top 3 and top 1. When I graduated, is the top 1. So during the study, I also have a chance to exchange to Thailand in the program of International Buddhist Youth Exchange, and that was my good experience at Thailand as well. And then after graduate, honestly, I study both universities. The first one is PPIU, we call PPIU subject, and the second one is PUC. But in my application, I assign only PPIU because PPIU is my scholarship university of AMT.
So you are AMT student?
Yeah. So beside the education, after I graduated from university, I applied for a job and up on until now, I take a role as a manager position in the private institute. So this is my brief introduction about myself. Thank you.
So continue to your successful story after you graduate.
So let me continue about my work experience. After I graduated from PPIU as well as PUC, I applied for the many private institute or private sector, and I start to work as a volunteer. I start to work as a sales consultant. I start to work as assistant to manager or to coordinator or to director. After my position of assistant, I have a chance based on my ability to be a brand manager or sales and marketing manager at Huchia Group, at Jet Group, at World Bridge Group, and until now I work as a personal assistant to Lok Chumpiu Tang Wai Lai. She is the co-founder of the PTC computer. This is my successful at the working field. Thank you.
And could you please tell me about who is the nominator you to the AMT scholarship here?
His Excellency Chancellor.
Chancellor.
Yeah.
What is the relationship between you and him?
He is my uncle.
Your uncle?
Yeah.
And do you know me?
I'm familiar, but
I also the members of the group of 22.
22. Nice to know you.
Yeah, maybe His Excellency Chancellor know me well.
Yeah. And his son maybe know you as well.
Have you ever been to China before?
Never.
Never been. No? So why do you choose to go to study in China?
Yes, this is the good question, and I come here to answer this question. So China, we know that is the top 2 or the top rank in the world. So it is a good chance for me if I pass this scholarship to be there, and I will observe everything around me at the China community, like people, their strength, and their education, and their people or community, and one more thing I will learn why China or Chinese people like doing the business. So my future goal is doing the business as well, and I will also spend my time for the association if they need. So this is my first priority to that attract me to be in the China.
Have you ever traveled overseas before?
Yeah, but I used to Thailand.
Just to Thailand.
Yeah. And this March 2023, I will fly to Australia for the mission.
Mission means you work.
Yes, my work.
So when you apply, if you pass this selection, you will be granted to go to China, and then you have to drop out all your successful story behind. How about that?
Yes, I also think about this before I apply, and my result is that if I pass, if you all selected me, the first thing my job is it's global because I work as a YPO, a Cambodian association. It is the global association from abroad. So I will take to the regional office at Kuala Lumpur. I reach out to them to find if any position that any other country needs, especially in China. Because YPO, Cambodian association, they are working from home, not basically in the office. So it's my good point for me. And the other thing, when I go to the China, if I have the time beside the study, I will also looking for a job to improve my capacity as well as my education as well.
Your bachelor major is tourism management.
Hotel and tourism management in business administration.
Yeah, and the other one is teaching English as a foreign language. And your preferred major for master degree is about international trade or business management.
Yep.
Okay. Is it? I believe there are two different majors. Why do we switch to business management?
No, you switch from business management,
No, we switch from tourism management to business management.
or during the bachelor?
I mean, for bachelor, you chose business study tourism management, but now for master degree plans to take business management.
Okay, let me answer your question. Hotel, my major is hotel and tourism management in the business administration field. And my master degree, I will apply, or I'm going to apply for business management, international business management. So in the scope of business, doing a hotel is also doing a business. So I choose the international business, mean the general business for the global. So my future is related to business. So it's not quite different.
You still plan to stick to hotel management in your research, maybe in the future, or you plan to focus on other topics in business management?
Yeah, well, honestly, I like to learn something new, so I will not stick to the hotel thing. I will looking for another scope of business.
What are you going to do? What are you planning to do when you come back with a master in international business management from China?
Yes, thank you Bob, for the question. After I come back from the China with the successful scholarship of master, I will going to be a GM as my writing. I plan to be a GM after I graduate my master, because currently I'm just a manager of any department. So I want to be the general manager, and then I will try my best to be a CEO, something like this. And then beside the private sector, I will spend my time for you all, or for association if you need me to help or to share something or to support something that you need.
Maybe one of the requirements of the scholarship is that you really have to be on a Kingdom Ambassador for
Mm.
volunteer as on volunteer basis. So do you agree with the condition if you were selected?
That is fine.
Do you see any challenge if you volunteer to be student ambassador, but at the same time your plan is quite ambitious, right? When you come back, you plan to be a general manager in a particular company. Do you think this volunteering work conflicts with your ambitious goal because you want to fulfill many responsibilities?
Thank you, Bong. Yes, honestly, the challenging is always have for all of us just a little bit also bigger, and I'm the person who like challenging, so that is not a problem. I will something like that. If you ask me or you call me for help something or what time or what that I will arrange my working task or my working schedule, the role which one is important, which one is needed, so I can challenge it well.
Why did you choose China and not other countries? Because you have been to every country in the world. Why not Australia, US, Singapore, other countries?
Yes, this is the good one because I think China I can involve with them well. At my working experience, I used to work for the China company called Cambodian Airways. It is the aviation sector, and I working there within almost 2 years and a half or 3 years, and I can involve with the China culture, China people. They all like me. This is the truth. I didn't cheat it, and the food is also similar, so I can think that China is a good community for me. The first one. The second thing is China is the second thing in the world, and the third one, Chinese people like doing business, and business is my future.
Do you foresee any challenges if you start in China? And how you will
Thank you Bong, for the question, and this person I also include in my writing that I say that the challenging to be a student at China, there is no conflict to me. In reality, we will have the unit that the teacher teach us, but no worry, because we have teacher, we have internet, we can do research. The second thing, we will miss our home, miss our parents, but it is the digital, we can say digital societies, and we can call them to see face to face is something like that. So about the nature, about the community, about the weather, about the homesick, something like this, there is no the big challenges to me.
And how about the language? If you are not capable to take the course in English language, for example, your major is not related to the international class.
Mm-hmm.
It is possible for the Chinese class only. Do you think Chinese language is a main issue for you?
Chinese language is really not the main issue for me because I used to study during the COVID. But after the COVID, because my job is a bit busy because I'm personal assistant to someone, that is challenging to me, and the school don't have enough time to me. They just have the morning, so I can separate my time to continue my Chinese language. I study at Gongju at Royal Academy. I can say for 2 terms and then COVID coming.
2 terms.
Yeah. Just the basic, just the primary, not the advanced or business level.
For master degree, do they provide English and Chinese language?
Yes, they provide both. Yeah. If he choose an international class or international program, it must be fine because your English is possible to conduct by Chinese or by international class. But if you choose a Chinese program, maybe you need to take 1 year's program additional for your master program. So you need to take 3 or 4 years to complete your master. So most of the problem that the student face is language issue. You know, the requirement for the university before you going to conduct the course, you need to take the exam ASK level 4, level 5. So the issue is maybe faced like that. So what is
you're going to do when you face the problem with the ASK test?
Yes, thank you for the question, and I would like to answer. My first answer is I prefer the international program, but if there is no choice, it will be going to the second choice, is the Chinese program. And if we have only the Chinese university that provide only Chinese language while teaching or learning, I will spend time. During the orientation, as I remember, we have 1 year for studying Chinese, right? So I will spend most of my time with the Chinese language or with doing the research related to Chinese.
Do you think Spain for master in 4 years is a waste time or save time?
A very waste time.
Waste time or save time?
A very waste time.
And why did you choose a Chinese program for your master degree? You think it is waste time, but why do you choose it?
I choose a Chinese program if the first option is no.
So it means that you have no choice.
Yes.
Okay.
And my first choice is always international.
Okay. Could you please pick one papers?
Sure.
The lucky draw and the last question.
Okay, there are 2 questions, but I believe that this question is already answered by you. So we go to the second question. Thì cái sáng mai, còn đường phố chỉ của ngoài đường đủ, thì đường cùng cáo, con đường cư nhiên cư địa ký, nên từ từ học ra được lại. Từ để chia dưới, nhé. Rồi cho luôn có cháo, nó phải đi con về đây.
អរគុណបងសម្រាប់សំណួរតើតើនឹងគុំសាស្ត្រនយោបាយឬក៏នយោបាយកម្ពុជាក្នុងនាមខ្ញុំជាពលរដ្ឋខ្មែរមួយរូបហើយជាយុវជនជំនាញដំបូងយើងត្រូវតែដឹងគុណអ្នកដែលកសាងជាតិមានសម្បត្តិការឬក៏បច្ចុប្បន្នជាសម្បត្តិទី1ទី2យើងមានភារកិច្ចអ្វីខ្លះដើម្បីចូលរួមក្នុងសង្គមទី1យើងត្រូវប្រើប្រាស់ពេលវេលាយើងឲ្យសមស្របទៅនឹងវ័យបានន័យថាដល់វ័យយើងធ្វើការយើងខំប្រឹងធ្វើការដល់វ័យលឿនណាស់យើងធ្វើភារកិច្ចផ្សេងទៀតឬក៏យើងមានដល់វ័យត្រូវបោះឆ្នោតយើងត្រូវតែទៅឈ្មោះបោះឆ្នោតហើយចំពោះខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ខ្ញុំចុះឈ្មោះបោះឆ្នោតតាំងពីអាយុ18ហើយរៀងរាល់អាណត្តិទាំងភូមិសង្កាត់ទាំងថ្នាក់ជាតិខ្ញុំទៅបោះជារៀងរាល់ពេលគឺនៅគីឡូ6ចាស់ចាស់ណាស់ហើយលើកទៅទៀតបើសិនបើយើងដឹងហើយថាអាហារូបករណ៍នេះគឺជាអាហារូបករណ៍របស់ថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំពីរដ្ឋាភិបាលដែលដឹកនាំដោយគណៈបព្វជិជនដែលមានបងមណាជាប្រធានហើយក៏ដូចជាបងជាគណៈកម្មការជ្រើសរើសក្នុងពេលដំឡើងអញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវតែត្រឡប់មកវិញនៅកិត្តិយសជូនស្ថាប័នសមាគមជូនជាតិហើយនឹងត្រូវបម្រើតបស្នងដូចខ្ញុំបានសរសេរនៅក្នុងសំណេរខ្ញុំណាគឺខ្ញុំជាប្រភេទមនុស្សដែលដឹងគុណនិងចាំគុណអ្នកដែលធ្លាប់បានជួយខ្ញុំពេញមួយជីវិតអញ្ចឹងបន្ទាប់ពីខ្ញុំបានជោគជ័យខ្ញុំនឹងជួយផ្ដល់ពេលវេលាឲ្យសមាគមឬក៏ស្ថាប័នណាដែលពាក់ព័ន្ធជាមួយនឹងឬរដ្ឋាភិបាលដែលដឹកនាំដោយគណៈបព្វជិជនខ្ញុំនឹងលះបង់ជូនហើយជាពិសេសគឺនាំពីថែរក្សាសន្តិភាពអរគុណ
Cái đó có bạn cho
ក្នុងការងារសង្គមខ្ញុំពិតជាចង់សប្តាហ៍ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងខ្ញុំក៏ចង់ចូលសសយកកនិយាយទៅគ្រប់ស្ថាប័នសមាគមដែលបង្កើតឡើងដោយគណៈបព្វជិជនឬក៏រចនាសម្ព័ន្ធអ្នកដឹកនាំណាមួយរបស់ណាទៀតបព្វជិជនគឺខ្ញុំចង់ចូលហើយបច្ចុប្បន្នដូចបងបានស្គាល់អាដាមច័ន្ទវុឌ្ឍហើយកូនគាត់សប្តាហ៍